You want to do it now?
Sure.
Okay. I got a phone call last week from my accountant on my cell phone. And when
Mm-hmm.
his call came in, I had two buttons at the bottom, a red one that says decline and a green one that says accept.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I click accept and made the call, hung up, got the information I needed, called him back, told him, and he left a message, and I called him, and he called me again less than 10 minutes later. And this time I got a sliding bar across the bottom of the screen. Why do I get two different things?
That's been a question of mine for years, and I've never researched it. If that makes you um feel any better.
It kind of baffled me that, within 10 minutes, the call came in with two different ways to accept it. And from the same person, and they're both, and he's in my contacts list. So I don't understand what the difference was. He called from the same phone, you know, the whole works.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, interesting. So according to this website, which is Business Insider, it says that you get the sliding thing when your phone is locked. So when it's kind of asleep and not just sitting there, but when you have it unlocked, it has the accept or decline
I
buttons.
remember correctly, it was unlocked for both of them. But what can I say?
Mm-hmm. Um, so that's when was this article written? That was 5 years ago, so that could
Oh,
be dated. But that makes sense for me when typically I notice that and it is locked versus accept and decline. Um,
okay.
but we'd have to do more testing. It'd be interesting to test.
Yeah. All right. The other one I need to share my screen because I need to show you what's happening.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to go into Facebook, not that it really matters. Watch my pointer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're not going to do it now? Of course you're not, because it could be because I'm screen sharing. We've had that conversation before.
Mm-hmm.
What frequently happens is at the end of the pointer, there's a little line that comes up, which is actually the name of a file on my computer.
Hmm.
And it won't do it now, probably like you said before, other times, probably because I'm sharing my screen.
So if you stop sharing your screen now, will it do it for you?
Yeah, it's done it for me already this morning. You see the cloud drive that came up? Now that usually it's right at the end of the pointer.
Hmm.
And as I move the pointer around, it changes the file that it grabs.
Hmm.
And I don't, I've looked at various places on how to turn it off or how to make it stop doing that, but it's not doing it now because I think because I'm sharing my screen.
So is it only when you're in a browser that it
No,
appears?
it'll happen in anything that's open. My
Hmm.
mail program, a website, you name it. And see, it's not doing it now.
If you go to say your email or something and not a browser, will it do it then? No. No.
No. I think it's
Interesting.
because I'm sharing screen, and you've said that before. No,
I'd
there's
be
one.
curious if, yeah, you take a screenshot of it and see what it's doing. It's whenever somebody talks to you that,
All right, I'll take a screenshot and get back to you.
hmm, that's odd.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking too. And
And it's just a URL of like it just has a little window of the source
yeah,
code.
yeah. Let me see if I can find one here. See if I can make it do it. While you guys carry on.
Sounds good. Any other things somebody else wants to jump in on?
Well, mute.
You're good.
Oh, okay. I didn't unmute. I let Lynn know that I have become the chief tech expert. I've been trying to get my fingerprint ID to work, and none of you could come up with it. And I just thought, oh, well, I'll see how long it takes for somebody to come up with it. But I got tired of waiting. So I figured it out myself. And it does work. So I want to go to settings, and I want to go to Touch ID and passcode. And those of you who have Apple, that's not working. Those of you who have Apple, up at the top, it says use Touch ID for, and then you can use it for 4 different things. You can use it for password autofill. You can use it for wallet and Apple Pay. You can use it for iTunes and App Store. And you can use it for iPhone unlock. So once I activated that, I have my fingerprints back.
Hey.
All right.
I was
So-
hoping that you've discovered that it will actually read your fingerprint, because weren't you having a trouble that it was not reading your fingerprint?
Well, because the iPhone unlock was off
Okay.
all this time.
all this time, and none of you caught that. None of you caught that. I don't know if I can get it in to see.
So
Oh, there it
Lynn,
is.
so Lynn, do the newer phones not have the thumbprint ID any longer?
Correct. So
I
part
was
of the
just gonna say,
bug
because I was
is
trying to follow along with what Jean did, and I can't get it to come up to even let me do a thumbprint anymore. I had it on my old phone,
How do you do it then?
but this one is now Face ID.
Oh,
so
But I got the same screen that Jean had. It says iPhone unlock, iTunes and App Store, Wallet and Apple Pay. So I've got the same options, but I can only do it now with my face instead of with thumbprint also.
oh, okay. So you have to take a picture of yourself somewhere
Well,
along the way.
you just hold it up and it like
Oh, and
scans, I guess it scans your face
it's your
like it did
face.
the thumbprint. I
Ah,
thought that was still an option on my phone, but it's not even, I can't even find it as an option any longer.
oh, well, no wonder you couldn't help me then.
yeah, so when they took the new phones don't have a place at the bottom for the Touch ID
Right,
anymore.
okay, gotcha.
So it's either Face ID or Touch ID. Both of them have their challenges and issues, right? Like the Touch ID, some people don't have fingerprints,
Mhm.
so it doesn't read it. Face ID, it's reading your face and storing that data somewhere and going to use that, I'm sure, to train AI models and things like that. So some people,
Face ID doesn't always work, like if you got your sunglasses on or,
mhm.
yeah.
It
Yeah,
has
so
gotten better now that they've had you do it wear it with your glasses on, wear it with your
Mhm.
glasses off, wear it when you're wearing a mask, take off your mask. But still not perfect. Um, so there are pros and cons to either of them. Um, so yes, if you have a phone with Touch ID, you can't do Face ID. But if you have Face ID, you can't do Touch ID. At some point, I'm sure you could without even having the reader thing on the phone. I'll be curious to see what happens next.
Anyway, I wanted to report that success to you all.
There you go.
So proud of you.
Difficult to live with now.
I
So-
keep turning my phone off and on, and my thumbprint still works.
So Bob.
Puts it under her pillow.
So Bob, you don't
Yeah.
have to come to Tech Time anymore because you have your own tech resource, in the same house.
Well, it's fun to give you all a challenge.
And unlike Chuck, I have my in-house accountant.
It's true.
Hmm.
I have two iPhone bits of information for people. Last Thursday, my iPhone 10 died, stopped working, couldn't get a charge at all. So I went to T-Mobile Thursday afternoon, about 4 o'clock, and I said, I need a new battery. Of course, they said, no, you need a new phone.
It's easier.
Well, it's
Mhm.
easier, but it's not necessarily easier, let me tell you. I was there for 2.5 hours and ended up leaving my phone there and having to go back the next day to pick it up. Because unbeknownst to me, I had the anti-theft thing on my phone turned on. It takes 1 hour to turn it off.
Oh my goodness.
You can't just, it's not like sliding a little thing, it's either on or it's off. You say you want to turn it off, you have to wait an hour before you can do anything to the phone. So there I sat at T-Mobile for an hour. And then the new phone, which is an iPhone 15, they had to upgrade to the latest iOS. So that took another 30 plus 45 minutes. And then they sat down our two phones next to each other to transfer everything. And that said it was going to be 3 hours. At which point I went to choir without any dinner because I couldn't get back in time. And I left the phones there and went back the next day. But the other thing that happened was my husband's using an iPhone 6, and they said, well, I said, he doesn't want a new phone. He's got to learn all sorts of new stuff. And they said, well, the SE, the new SE, which is the equivalent to the 13, is basically the same size as the 6, and it's still got the little button at the bottom, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that was fine. But it was getting later and later by the time they started transferring all that stuff from one to the other. So I said, well, I'm not turning this phone in for credit. So I just took them both and I put them on the floor of the car when I drove home so they could continue to transfer stuff. And everything was fine until Monday when he decided to make a call on the phone. And it kept saying, call failed, call failed, call failed. And I had noticed on the top left corner, it said SOS only, and I had never seen that before on a phone. So I turned it off, and when I turned it back on, it told me there was no SIM card, which it didn't dawn on me because the new phones have eSIMs. So my third trip back to T-Mobile to get a new SIM card, and it didn't dawn on me till after I got there. I could have taken it out of his old phone and put it in, but anyway, yes, everything's working now. But they said the moral is, if you're going to get a new phone, make sure you turn off the anti-theft device at home the night before you go in to get a new phone.
I would say best practice before you switch your phone, do the anti-theft, back up your phone, and then turn off Find My devices and things like that. And then log out of your iCloud account. Those are the steps to do before you even get to the store.
I didn't do any of that because I wasn't intending to get a new phone.
Mhm.
But then what happened was that this phone has apps on it that I got with my old Comcast ID, which was hacked. So I had changed my ID. So none of those would download from the cloud. It's okay. But it was about 4-day process to get it back to something normal.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
It's quite all right. I have nothing better to do with my life, right?
Yes, you do.
All right, Lynn, I found one.
Yay. Screen share.
What were those 4 things to do? Back up your phone, turn off the anti-theft.
So turn off the anti-theft, back up your phone and I can show you step by step how to
No,
do.
no. I just wanted to write it down and it's really
And
Chuck's turn.
Then go under the iCloud with your name at the top
Uh-huh.
and shut off Find My
Okay,
and erase data from this after it transfers over. You want to
Yeah.
wait till after it transfers so that it does the web-based only version, which is going to be easier than doing it any other way to back up. It just
Okay.
took Connie a long time. I don't know if she didn't have
But yeah,
a
it took,
cell
well, I didn't
service.
back it up at all, but when it got through, they did go through the wiping it clean. So does that not take care of all those things you suggested to do beforehand?
Well, it just saves you time before you get there, and then you don't have to do it at the store.
Oh, yeah.
okay. Thank you.
So yeah, next time you upgrade, we can go through each of those again.
Well, I'm guessing this one will see me out in quotes.
I hope not. So Chuck, I wonder if you have a setting on your desktop. I can't say because it's such a close-up of that particular thing, but I wonder if you go to right click on your desktop and show view options.
I
So
don't have show viewer options.
stop.
Oh,
So go to your desktop, like get rid of everything you see here and right click. Show view options. Okay. So it's not showing item info. Okay. I think that like hovers over or something. There's a hover like that.
yeah, I don't know. I've looked under the mouse to see if there was some option there about trailing things. But
Mm-hmm.
that thing you see in the center there, the sunny side of the street, BC, it's enlarged, obviously. Well, there's one right on top of it.
Yeah.
And that's a different one.
It's not that one. Um, add view options. Interesting.
I mean, it's annoying, but it's not. I mean, I just move the mouse and it goes away, but sometimes it brings up a different one, like you just saw here a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't figure out how to shut it down.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yankee
was
Doodle
hoping there's
Dandy.
another one that showed up, and that's a different one yet.
Yeah. Have you restarted the computer, I'm guessing?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Under the Finder settings, can you go to Finder settings? Go to advanced. Yeah, that all looks right. Yep. That's tags. I don't think that's anything. Yeah. Yep, that all looks right. Which is not what you want to hear.
Well, yeah, like I say, it's annoying to a point, but if I move the mouse, it goes away. I just wish it would go away permanently.
Mm-hmm.
And not there's another one. And that's a total different one.
Yeah. And it's not like you're hovering over anything related to that.
No. And I will say this. I have Finale down here. That's what this green and white F is.
Mm-hmm.
Finale is a music writing program.
Mm-hmm.
All of the little things that come up like this
Mm-hmm.
is a music file. There's another one. Yeah.
Oh.
So
That's
it's
interesting.
all related to this finale program, but I don't understand,
Well,
you
that's
know, what
interesting.
what it's doing. Here's your settings in finale.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure where or what here would be causing this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see anything?
Not off the top of my head. Um, my question is, if you have this Finale app closed, does it continue to pop up?
Yes.
Okay.
If anything, is consistent.
What's show all messages at the top of the preferences?
I don't know what that does.
Mike, yeah, I don't know what those two show tools menu and show all messages do.
Well, I need the tools menu. That's
Yeah.
the notes and the rests and all that kind of stuff. The messages I'm not, but I'll leave that off for the moment and see if that solves it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't know this software at all. There's also
No,
reset
no,
preferences.
I'm sure you don't.
Maybe Tim does. Maybe Tim can answer this question.
I think he probably uses it.
And he's a techie guy, so yeah, I'm curious what you've got hovered there that transparent parent handles are.
Yeah, I'm thinking of turning that off and see what happens too. Because I
That
don't think I need it.
doesn't make sense to me.
No, we'll see what happens.
Keep checking and seeing
Yeah, I'll
if it messes
after we've
you
made
up.
those two changes, I'll see what we can figure out. All right. Don't know.
Are you writing a new requiem?
No. No. Two things.
Well, that's annoying.
Yeah, it is annoying. You're right.
Maybe it needs to restart the computer to set those changes into motion.
Well, that's possible. And it's going to get restarted tonight because there's an update, an update for Sonoma.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
great.
I just saw that and I didn't do it yet because I have to
You're
restart the computer.
Your favorite thing.
So I'll do that tonight. I'll do that when we're done here.
You can report to us later how it goes.
I don't think that's it, but it's worth trying.
We had an issue at church with our stamp machine.
Question piggybacking on last week,
Mm-hmm.
I think it was last week, sharing photos.
Mm-hmm.
And I know how to share them like from a text to a text,
Mm-hmm.
to somebody's forward them that way. But when I select my photo
Mm-hmm.
and then I push the download button, so then I can go to where I want it to go.
Mm-hmm.
Where did it go? Anyway, I don't have AOL there. Here it is. I have AirDrop, I have messages, mail, which is Outlook, reminders, Freeform, Google Maps, Amazon, books,
Mm-hmm.
Acrobat. I don't know if there's a way to get email or AOL in that list of.
So do you have an AOL app versus using the mail app on your phone?
Yes.
That's interesting. Edit actions. Okay, so I'm trying to see without if there's a way we can add. Oh, you know what? So let's see if we can do this. So this is what you're seeing and you want AOL on this list of things, yes?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So is there a way to, if you hit those three dots over here to see suggestions? Is there
Yes. And my
AOL?
suggestions are notes, reminders, freeform, Google Maps, Amazon, books, Acrobat, and Edge.
Okay. So maybe AOL doesn't have one available because you hit edit and it looks like these are the only ones. So unless you go to the AOL app in the phone and see if there's a setting in the app of they typically come over automatically.
Yeah, what I do is I go to AOL and then I attach a photo, which
Mhm.
works from my photos, but it doesn't work from
Sharing it through
text
the phone.
unless I somehow I think I've gotten text photos into my photos.
Yeah, download your text photo into your photo.
Yeah. But I
All right,
didn't
Miss Tech Guru, we'll give you until next Thursday to figure that out.
I'm just testing you, Chuck. I'm just testing you. See if you come up with the right answer.
I can't solve my problem, so I'm not sure I can solve yours.
Chuck, you have a lot of the answers sometimes.
Oh, man,
But are they right?
this one's frying my noodle.
So
Yeah,
I'm on the AOL app
Mm-hmm.
and down at the bottom has inbox, videos, home, online classes, and more. And more is receipts or subscriptions. These are my only choices there.
So there's not a settings button or an
4:30 in Blue Sky.
we're
I
gonna
can't
make
do
fun of it.
4:30.
I'll be walking the dog at 4:30.
Let's see. No, I have a sort. Let me get back to the home. No, there's a search, there's a sort. Well, I could try searching for settings.
Yeah, that might be.
No, that's sorting.
I'm guessing it's searching within the
Yeah.
email list. I have a feeling, which is
Yeah,
that AOL just hasn't added that resources into putting the time to build that software because AOL Mail is getting less and less use.
yep,
But
yep.
I don't want to speak for it saying that, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's the reason.
Yeah, I searched for settings and I'm now at APK PAC advertisement.
Mm.
So. Okay, well, I can do it. I just thought that if there was an easier way.
The easier
Okay.
way would be to switch to Mac Mail, which is not the answer that you want.
No, because I have another personal that's just my email and I
Mhm.
check it about maybe twice a year. I just never remember to look at it.
Then we could set you up with your own Realm account then.
So, okay, well, I'll let you know if I figure out a way.
I'm sure you will.
Oh,
Figure it out, I mean.
I'll keep
I was gonna say, Chuck,
researching
you'll be the
too.
first to know.
You'll figure it out.
I'll ask
I'll figure it
other
out too.
AOL people.
Not a big deal. I've been wondering that for, maybe 2 years and I just never got around to asking. Somebody else's turn.
You talk about AOL going down. Does that mean we should be thinking about alternatives down the road? Are they going to
It's
fold?
one of those, it would be probably better to start that process now rather than later. But there's not a good place to go and switch to, right? I don't have this is the best place to switch your email domain. So, I know there have been issues with notifications and things going to Comcast and AOL emails because they're older email addresses, but it's like I don't want to. A lot of people get a Gmail account then because it intertwines with Google, but then you're reliant on the big tech of Google, which has its own downfalls. So,
We had Verizon and that got folded into AOL, but we could keep at verizon.com as our name. So we didn't have to notify anybody.
and I still have my Yahoo one, right? But that's now linked in with AOL and
Is
all
it?
of that. I think so.
I remember when AOL first started, it was so proprietary that it terrified me. And a man wanted to check his email one day. This is probably 20 years ago or 15 years ago. And he couldn't get on it on my computer, so he downloaded it. And I couldn't get it out of my computer fast enough. I have always been terrified of what AOL thinks they can do. So, wow.
Yeah, there's no good answer
No.
to any of this.
Are there any that you might say stay away from?
Each of them has the pros and cons, right?
Okay.
So it's one of those. If you live in Microsoft world, an Office email makes sense. If you live in an Apple universe, an iCloud makes sense. If you're a Google world person, a Gmail makes sense. But you're reliant on all these big companies then. If you're a Comcast or Verizon or things like that, some people do that. Or you're like me and I have one for most of those platforms and then just use them for different reasons. So, like one's my spam email and one's my personal email and things like that. So, I'd be curious to see if there's some tech blogs and things that suggest best emails. Um,
Then you're getting the viewpoint of somebody you don't really know.
yes, that is true too. Unless you trust specific places or you compare and contrast different things.
I trust Lynn.
You trust me to sort through all the crazy people?
Well, I trust God first.
Yeah. That's probably the best solution.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry I don't have a better answer for you. But
And when we decide to change, we'll have to find out how to do that, but we'll wait until then.
it's easy to do when you do change. They make it pretty seamless if you want to forward mail to your other email so you have it. But yeah.
Yeah, and notify our contacts. I don't know how many.
That's the hardest thing.
Yeah. So,
Because even if you send them an email, email addresses live in your Mac or your mail app for so long. Like I have dead people in my mail app that I'd like to get rid of, and I just can't figure out how to delete their emails. So they might do it by accident, send it to you, yeah, or AOL one. But
On another note, We covered this maybe a year ago.
Bob, you died on us.
Okay. Merry Christmas, everybody. How far back do I go? Um, we covered this maybe a year ago, but I got notice that your OneDrive storage is almost full, 90%. If you run out, you won't be able to unload new files or send and receive email for this account. And I think, I don't know what tech time to go back to replay that, but it says upgrade, and I think it was minimal amount per month to add on your.
Yeah, it was $1.99.
Mhm.
So I should do that.
So, yeah, and they could have easily changed things in that last year since even if you went back, it might be outdated information. So you
Okay.
said OneDrive, right?
Right.
Which is Microsoft's cloud-based software.
I guess I have photos and stuff in it. Here it is, $1.99 a month.
Do you want to share your screen and we can see what you see? Okay. So, yes.
We do not have Microsoft 365, if that makes a difference.
Correct. They want you to upgrade to it because they want you to be in their world. And you don't use Word or any of those software things, or you have the one-time download and it stays on there forever.
Mm-hmm.
So, would you say that again, please?
Do you have Word and PowerPoint and things like that?
Yes.
But you did the one-time purchase. You don't do the 360 where it automatically updates to the new
Correct.
software.
Correct.
Correct. Okay. So what I'm curious about is, are your documents and things being stored in Microsoft OneDrive? And that's why it wants you to upgrade and you're out of space,
That could be.
rather than saving it on your hard drive.
I
Because
think you may be doing that.
I think so too. Unbeknownst to me, it's been happening.
it's been happening, storing it to OneDrive.
Yes, and I didn't do anything to make it do that.
Right. And they probably set up your computer so it does that. So you have to buy their cloud-based software. So if you open the little task manager, the little, folder at the bottom of your screen,
Where is that?
it's the third one from the left. It's a little yellow folder with that thing. So let's see. If you scroll down to the left side, oh, there it is. The left taskbar where it says home, gallery, and then it says Robert/personal.
Yeah.
If you click that, this is what's in your OneDrive.
And I don't need all that stuff in there.
So if you click on documents, like what's being saved. Okay. So all of these things are being saved in your OneDrive. I don't know
Yikes.
if they're duplicates of what you have on your hard drive.
Yeah.
They are duplicates.
Yes.
So my guess is it's auto backing up your computer to the OneDrive. So you could probably shut that down and then not have to worry about storage, unless you use that as your external backup. But I think you have an external
No,
drive.
I have a backup here.
WD.
WD. So how do I shut it down?
So the first thing you'd want to do is command all these images. Do you remember how to command all?
Yikes. Is this, am I being graded on this? This is,
Yeah,
No,
this is
no, I don't
something we
know.
talked about years ago. So if you click on one of these documents and then hit Control A. Oh, you clicked on a folder. Go back to documents. Do like a PDF or something that's, yeah, something that is not, yeah, that one. And then hit Command A
What's command?
or Control A.
Control A.
Yeah, that's the PC. And then if you right click, oops, right click over the blue when it was all highlighted.
So I pick something else again,
Yep, click one.
then
And
right
then
click or Control A.
Control A. And then when it all goes blue, right click over the blue. Yeah, right there. And trash, the little trash can.
Wait a minute. That's just going to delete from
OneDrive.
OneDrive.
Correct. Because it looks like if you go to your sidebar, and this will be an easy fix if we delete it and deletes everything. But if you go to that sidebar over on the left, you can see this PC and then keep going down. And then it says disk drive, and then disk drive has all those folders. So I think
Correct,
that's
yeah.
what's on your actual hard drive.
Okay, that's on a USB.
Oh, that's a USB. So if you click on this PC, yeah, so and you click on Windows C, that's
Left
what's
click.
double click. And then this is the long way of doing it. Users, owner, and then documents. Oh, so you have nothing on there
Nothing on what? Nothing on where?
in your documents on your computer.
Ooh.
Wait a minute.
That is your
Okay.
OneCloud.
That is what?
OneCloud. So what we want to do is we want to move everything in this folder to your actual hard drive. So, can you go back to this PC, but before you click on it, there's a little caret next to it that we click on the little caret that goes down.
This one?
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then you see the Windows C underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, click that caret. And then click on users with the little caret. And then owner, caret. And you want documents. And take that and drag it up above Windows C so you don't have to go digging for this every time. Like up.
Underneath this PC?
Yeah, or the bar above it. Yeah, right there. Yep. Did it go? I don't think it went.
It's right below this PC.
Where are you seeing it?
We're about next one up. Windows C.
The documents folder should have been moved
Oh.
up.
This?
That I think is your OneCloud. If you click that, yeah, it takes you to your OneCloud because it says low storage Robert personal / documents. So we want the documents on your hard drive, which is under that Windows C. And then if you keep scrolling down, if you click documents, and can you click on the little bar? Do you see the little bar that scrolls up and down? Can you take that and drag it over to your right so it gets wider?
This bar?
Yes, you might have to get to the bottom corner. I
I'll
want
click
to
that.
pin that to your. Maybe we can just right click documents right there. Try right clicking that. Is there a way to pin it? Yeah, not to start. Yeah, quick access. There you go. So that moved it up top there. Do you see now you at the top section of that sidebar have 2 documents?
Mm-hmm.
So the first documents is your OneCloud and the second documents is your hard drive. So if you click on that one, Bob, do you see at the top of the section, it says low storage, Robert,
Yeah.
and documents. If you click on the documents that we just pinned over to the
This,
scroll down to the documents below it. It's under videos.
this one?
So, yep. And you can see it's on the
Empty.
computer owner and documents. So what we want to do is we want to take everything in that top documents and drag it into this document section there. So go back. No, well, you can do that. Let go. Don't do that. So if you click on documents, the
This
top
one?
documents, yep,
Right or
Mhm.
right or left?
left.
Okay.
Click on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not doing anything. Why isn't it doing anything? Oh, maybe you're still trying to drag it. There we go. So we're going to do that Command A again. Or Control A, excuse me. I'm speaking Mac. And we're going to take that and we're going to click on the blue and drag it into the documents underneath videos. Why is it doing that? You might want to do it on a doc, like a PDF or. Yeah, try again.
Control A.
Control A. And then drag into the documents.
The lower document, below
Lower
videos.
documents. Correct.
Like this?
Yep, and drag, let go. And it's going to move all of those things over. And we should probably see this so files you delete from OneDrive are no longer available on devices or on the web. Okay. So you can hit got it or
The action didn't take, it says.
Hmm?
It says this action can't be completed.
there's probably those 2 things are open. So if you hit got it where deleted files are removed and then skip, I think this documents folder up here at the top is the whole documents folder.
Skip.
Yep. Can you double click on that documents folder at the top? Oh, that's interesting.
Error.
Click on the error. You might need to click on the actual word air. Double click. Okay.
So that's OneDrive, isn't it?
It is. So, if you, control A in this whole section here, I'm curious, we might get a duplicate warning. I want you to command A into all of these documents too.
All these?
And try, yep, and try dragging it into the documents under videos. So click once over that without double clicking into the folder and doing Control A and dragging that into documents under videos.
Left
So
click.
good. Hmm?
What do I do?
So click on the blue and drag it into the documents that you just go up. That one below it, right there. Let go. And it might tell us that we're
No.
and then this should. So this action can't complete it because the folder is open in another program. So do you have like a Word document open and like a PDF?
Yeah. Close that.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like you have a PDF open as well.
I've got my taxes I'm working on. I don't want to close that and
Okay.
mess it up.
So next to the Zoom icon, next to the Adobe, there's a little cloud thing
Down into taskbar, Bob.
in the taskbar. Yeah, that thing. Can you close that? That might be it too. And click try again. Okay. Let me decide for each file. There might be 4 with the same name, so let's just see which one. I don't want them to replace unless you have 2 documents named something.
So this,
Yeah. So
Yes, that's.
these look like
How did you get
multiple.
packing lists?
hmm?
How did you get packing lists?
Those are ancient things.
Okay, so
Those are mine. I don't know.
you can probably just pick one of each then. It probably doesn't matter then if you,
To delete.
yeah. So just click yeah. And then continue.
Don't delete Thanksgiving packing list. Don't delete them.
Sorry, everybody. This
This is helpful information because other people I know have had this issue before. And I know Westminster staff members have had trouble with it as well. Okay. So it seems to think the Packy list is still there. Can you click on the error message that's above again? Why does it say you still have all this space? That makes no sense. You should be done. Be curious to go to the website and see. Is there a way for you to like view on the web where it says Robert Personal? up top, can you right click? Can you click on copy address and see if we can open that on a website? So if you want to open Chrome or Firefox and paste that URL into the address. So where it says westminsterpc.zoom-us, delete all of that and then paste. No, nope. Cancel. That's interesting. Maybe that was a print. It wants to print that. So
Well, I haven't lost anything, right?
I don't think so. You might have duplicates of things.
You got your backup too.
Okay. Well, the clock's striking 11.
But yeah, what I'd be curious about is if you log into office.com or iCloud or OneDrive.com and see if your files are still there. They might still be synced. Yeah, it looks like. Can you click on that wheel, Bob? Yeah, that guy. And settings. Oh, view online. That's what you could do.
Huh?
You could unlink this PC, but don't do that right now. Oh, sync and backup. That's interesting. Do you want to click on sync and backup? Interesting. So you back up important documents. Can you click on manage backup?
Right.
To the right. Yeah, that thing. Oh, so it's not backing up. Oh, it is. So if you turn off the documents, photos, and desktop, stop backup, yeah.
Okay.
So that might be the issue. And then desktop. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
X out.
Mm-hmm.
X out.
Yep. And if you go back to that little setting, where you got that bar ahead of time, there's a view online right at the very bottom. Do you see?
No. Open
No.
folder.
Oh, here.
Yeah. Click that. And I think you must have a sign in. I don't know what it is, but I'd be curious if you signed in and see what files you have there.
No.
We don't.
You might need to research your password for this.
All right. Well,
Might it be under something other than OneDrive? Would it be under
No.
Google or?
Nope.
Microsoft.
It's Microsoft's OneDrive, so that's where it will be stored. But your documents should now be in the documents on the hard drive. So if you go to the little file icon, the task manager at the bottom, to the right, go to the little yellow folder, that thing. So you want to, when you save documents now, you want to make sure it saves to the documents. Where'd it go?
Well, everything's here.
Ah, there you go. Okay, so it looks like this is the documents on the computer. So.
Correct.
Cool. And hopefully you're not missing things. Check and make sure. But I think you should be sorted. It might just need syncing.
Ah. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing.
Keep us posted.
For Microsoft, we have, we don't have a password for OneDrive. We have Microsoft Office and Microsoft Windows 10.
It could be either of those.
Okay.
I can't. They keep changing things on us and the wording.
And you're such a Microsoft primary user.
I
Yeah,
hate
There you
Microsoft.
go.
We have to use it for work, but
Thank you, everybody, for your patience.
I'm guessing anybody who buys a new PC is going to have that issue. So it's something to watch out for.
And that makes me even more glad that we got rid of whatever that thing you showed us the other day that was like their AI.
Mm-hmm. Did you shut that off on your computer then too?
Yes.
Good. And
Yeah.
and you might want to check your document settings, Gene, and make sure it's not doing what Bob's is doing.
Okay. Try to
And go
remember
through
how we
that
did
same
that.
process. If not, you can go through the recording.
Yeah, oh, right. Yeah.
Okay. Any other I know we're past an hour, so if somebody has to leave, feel free, but any other things you want help with before we meet again next week? Okay. Sounds good.